In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to unwrap a mesh in Blender using seams. We'll walk through a clean, repeatable workflow so you can create reliable UVs for texturing. Start by selecting the object you want to unwrap. A simple left click will highlight it so Blender knows which mesh you're working on. With the object selected, move into edit mode by pressing tab. Edit mode lets you work directly with the mesh's components, which is essential for marking seams. Next, switch your selection mode to edges. Press the number 2 on your keyboard to enable edge select. This tells Blender you're about to work with the edges that define where your mesh will be cut for the UV layout. Now choose the edges you want to mark as seams. Click edges one by one to build your selection, and hold Shift while clicking to select multiple edges at once. If it helps to start broad and refine, press A to select everything first, then deselect what you don't need. Think of seams like the cuts you'd make if you had to peel your 3D model into flat pieces. Placing seams in less noticeable areas like the underside or along sharp transitions usually gives cleaner results and hides texture joins more effectively. Once your edges are selected, mark them as seams. Press Ctrl+E to open the Edge menu, then choose Mark Seam. The selected edges will turn red, which is Blender's visual confirmation that these edges are now seams. If you miss an edge or want to adjust your plan, you can always add more seams later. With your seams in place, it's time to unwrap. Press U and choose Unwrap. Blender will cut the mesh along those red seams and flatten it into UV islands. This process creates a two-dimensional map of your object, which is what materials and textures rely on to sit correctly on the surface. Good seams generally lead to less stretching and fewer visible joins, so if your result doesn't look right, that's a sign your seam placement may need a tweak. If you realize you marked the wrong edges, no problem. Select those edges again, press Ctrl+E, and choose Clear Seam. The red highlight will disappear, and you can reselect and remark the edges until you're happy with the layout. That's the core workflow. Select your object, enter edit mode, switch to edge select, choose and mark your seams, unwrap and clear seams when needed. With a bit of practice, you'll be able to unwrap cleanly and confidently for consistent high quality texturing.